welcome to a quick video of the KV-1 Russian/Soviet Tier 5 heavy tank. Today I'm just going to be doing a review of the tank as a whole and how good it is slash the pros and cons of should you get it or should you not. And let's say before we do go into the video that it is a relatively nice tank. It's easy, noob friendly as well, so you can't really go wrong with this tank because it's got very nice armor, 75mm all round apart from 70 at the rear, and the upgraded turret has about 110mm all round, so pretty much if people are going to be shooting at your turrets they're not going to do any damage, and most shots onto your hull or front of your hull are not really going to penetrate unless they're tank destroying or shooting at you with artillery. Anyway, I have pretty much upgraded this to the max now. I've got the best gasoline engine. There is another engine which is basically exactly the same power, but it's diesel and has a slightly lower chance of fire. And the gun I'm using isn't the stock one now. I say finally got one, a new one, but obviously don't know that yet because you haven't heard the full story. But I've been using the 75mm stock gun for ages to get the new turret and the new suspension and stuff like that. And I've got to admit, this stock gun is rubbish. It's got relatively normal damage, it's highly inaccurate. Most of the time it might when they hit anything below 100 meters and over 100 meters even, and it doesn't really offer that much reload speed either. It's quite slow, it doesn't do that much damage, its penetration is rubbish. However, the one I'm using today is I've finally managed to get this, along with the various other upgrades today, is the 57mm, which I know sounds quite small and insignificant, but the other option was the 85mm and I just needed a gun that could hit someone. But after that, this is the first time I'm using that gun, and so far I'm pretty impressed at the damage it does. Although that one didn't actually hit him, you can see that one there just did a lot of damage. If that was me though, and it does do pretty decent damage. It can go through just about any armor of the same tier, and probably even tier 6s. It doesn't do that much damage, but the reload time makes up for that, because as you can probably see my shots are quite fast and efficient and accurate even, because it's going to be pretty hard to miss with this. Or it does appear to be. So that one up there, where with the 75mm I probably would never be able to hit, we can now actually hit. However, it is debatable whether we're penetrating that one. However, I think that may be a slightly, yeah, that could be the VK, I suppose. It's possible. But of course I don't really know where I'm shooting, so I can't really say. But it doesn't look like it's going through that tank. However, the penetration is supposed to be pretty good, but obviously that was a slightly higher tiered tank, which doesn't really help.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Now, we're doing pretty good damage when we hit them, but of course we've actually got to penetrate them first, which seems to be the trouble with some of these mediums here. So that's rather interesting. However, yes, as a whole I do recommend this tank for just anyone really who wants to have a bit of fun, because it's arguably overpowered. I don't really know. I mean, some people seem to be going it's not overpowered and it's a rubbish tank and anyone can kill it even with a B1 French heavy, but some people are like, oh, it's really overpowered, I can't get through any of its armour. But as demonstrated just by that guy over there, which obviously must have a pretty big gun, it is possible to do a lot of damage to it. Always hit the gun as well, which probably doesn't help. Don't think anyone's ever damaged my gun. I'm gonna have to watch out here because I can't really damage him with this anyway. Oh, there we go, someone shot his engine. He caught fire. Let's see what we do here. I'm hoping I'm not boring you with this because I know my knowledge of tanks is pretty lacking, so I'm kind of just waffling on a bit, but missing. Although I'm sure one did hit, but I don't know. He is a fair bit away. So far I can't really comment on the 85mm because when I've seen on the forums and such, a lot of people have been saying the 85mm is the best because it does have slightly better penetration. I do admit that. It's only like 8mm more, and obviously it does do more damage. So overall, it probably is the better gun because it does more damage and it does more penetration, which is kind of what you want. It is slightly more inaccurate, but probably you're not going to notice much, especially at the ranges. So I would think probably once I've got past this gun I will have a go. I will buy the 85mm anyway once I have enough experience just to check it out, because you can't really say if you like it or not until you've tried it, I suppose. But it looks like we did have a victory on that one, so we got about 410 experience. This is a real money maker as well. I am currently running premium, which kind of suggests I get extra, which of course I do with premium. But you do get about 10k credits per match on average, providing you're not defeated or you don't get destroyed too badly, because obviously when you get destroyed you've got to pay more for repairs and such, but you seem to get relatively good experience, which is quite good. So if I just show you quickly through the tech tree here, you've got all of this. So you do have 122mm, basically that is a howitzer. Its accuracy is terrible, 0.57. Its rate of fire is pretty rubbish, but the damage is probably worth it, I would imagine. And then you've got the turrets here, and of course after that you can get the 85mm, which is slightly better and does do more damage, but it's not really that more inaccurate really. But it does also have a worse aiming time. But anyway, there you have it. There's the KV-1. I hope you did enjoy the video. I'm sorry if I did bore you at points, because I know occasionally with tanks, because I don't know much about them, I can be a bit boring with that waffling on and stuff. But if you did enjoy the video, remember to like and subscribe. See you next time, guys.